the HinderCars.com pace truck lights are out. Coming to the green this time by, they will accelerate at that chalk stripe in turn number 4 that is painted down there on the track. Crawley and Thorson. We'll see who will be heading to tonight's dash. Brent Marks was extremely good in the feature last night. All he's got to do, once again, is stay inside that top 5. Green lights come on. The first heat race of the night is underway at the Heartland America Showdown. Good start for Giovanni Celsio's 3 wide with Danny Sams and Brent Marks. Up front, your race leader is the 45X of Landon Crawley. Dason Percy about hit the wall in turn 2. Loses several spots. Jack Dover goes by along with Xavier Doney. And all of a sudden, the leading Rookie of the Year contender, Tyler, the pole sitter from last night, is way back outside of a transfer spot.
Yeah, not ideal. He definitely got some dirty air there and got up over the curb and got in the fluffy stuff and did everything to keep it out of the wall there.
Landon Crawley comes off at turn number 4. He'll lead lap number 2, 6 to go for the young driver out of Benton, Arkansas. Tanner Thorson sitting in second. Brent Marks is in third. Giovanni Celsi, nice rally in this one. Started back in row number 3, has gained 1 position. He's got by Danny Sams along with Dason Persley. He sits in that 4th spot with Sams in the final transfer. This could get interesting as Xavier Doney is closing in on Danny Sams for that final transfer spot. He'll look to the inside in turn 1. Tries to throw a slider for that last transfer. Couldn't get there in time. And Danny Sams will get away from him down the back straightaway. What an effort, though. What a try for Xavier Doney.
Dason coming after him, too, here. He killed all of his momentum there trying to slide him, but you're going for the transfer spot.
Xavier Doney back to the inside of Dason Percy. Will reclaim the 6th position now. Once again, Persley points the car to the bottom, slides right across the nose of Xavier Doney. He's got the 6th spot down the backstretch, but now got to make up almost a full straightaway to catch back up to Danny Sams in the battle for that final transfer spot. 3 laps to go. Can Dason Persley make it happen? That time by, his lap time was a 15.7. Meanwhile, Danny Sams a 15.6, so Sams is pulling away. 2 laps to go for Landon Crawley as he comes across the line with over a 2-second advantage on Tanner Thorson. Keeping an eye on Dason Persley. That time by, his lap time was just a tick faster than Danny Sams, but it's not going to be enough to catch up to him here as they come to the white flag this time by. Landon Crawley's gotten by 1 slower car, that being Zach Merritt. He's got another one in front of him here with Cole Vanderheiden, but he won't get to him in time to impede the progress. The checkered flag is out this time by TJ Ford's heat race number 1 goes to Landon Crawley. 2nd, Tanner Thorson. 3rd to Brent Marks. 4th, Giovanni Celsi. And 5th, it will be Danny Sams with the final transfer. Your results from TJ Ford's heat race number 1. It's Landon Crawley with the win and going to the dash. 2nd, the 88 Tanner Thorson. 3rd, going to the dash, the 19 of Brent Marks. 4th, the 7BC of Giovanni Celsi. And 5th, the 24D of Danny Sams the 3rd. Dason Persley, Xavier Doney, Jack Dover, Cole Vanderheiden, and Zach Merritt, the finishing results in that one.
And last night too.
Yeah, Brady was 12th in the feature. Timms was 8th in last night's main event. Coming to the green this time, it's DMI Racing Components heat race number 2, and it's underway. Brady gets a good jump on the inside, but Timms around the outside. He'll have the preferred line into turns 1 and 2, and he'll sneak around the outside. Ryan Timms with the early race lead. Now Brad Sweet to the inside of Brady Bacon. They go side by side. Bacon tried to shut the door on Sweet. He'll try and slow roll the bottom off of turn number 4. Brad Sweet making the inside work, pulls up next to Bacon down the front straightaway. Good race for that 2nd spot as Brad Sweet tries to slide up the racetrack. He'll take 2nd away in turn number 2. Brad Sweet up to the 2nd spot. Brady Bacon back to 3rd. Then it's Justin Sanders and J.J. Hickle sitting in the 5th and final transfer spot with a couple of cars trying to track him down, including Joel Myers Jr., Dominic Dobesh, and Jack Wagner. Up front, it is a dominating performance from Ryan Timms. A full straightaway advantage over the defending series champion. The driver currently sitting 2nd in the point standings, Brad Sweet. Everybody up along the top side of the racetrack, but we did see Brad run the bottom in 3 and 4 to perfection there. And next to Brady.
I think it's going to come in here later. I would imagine they might move tires in a little bit later too to help bring that bottom back in. But just it's tough in these heat races with not as many laps. You kind of got to fall in line and take what you got.
Absolutely. Ryan Timms his lead 3 seconds over Brad Sweet, and Sweet has a pretty big gap himself. Back to the 21H of Brady Bacon. Timms is not going to encounter the back of the field by the end of this thing. He's going to come to the 2 to go signal this time by. Most of the top 5 drivers are solid in their positions as the 19 junior of Joel Myers is trying to track down the 63 of J.J. Hickle. Those two are separated by 12 car lengths as they roll into turn number 3. 2 laps to go for the 2025 Knoxville Nationals champion. He'll come to the white flag this time by in the CP Mining and Excavating number 10 car. Might have to encounter a car on the final lap here for Ryan Timms. That is the 27C of Carson McCarl. Going into 3 and 4 for the final time, Timms will run the bottom and he is going to win DMI Racing Components heat race number 2. Brad Sweet finishes in 2nd. 3rd will be Brady Bacon. 4th to Justin Sanders, and 5th is going to go to the 63 of J.J. Hickle. Your results from the DMI heat race. The winner going to the dash, it's the number 10 of Ryan Timms. Going to the dash with him, the 49 of Brad Sweet. 3rd, the 21H of Brady Bacon. 4th, the 14, Justin Sanders. And 5th, the 63 of J.J. Hickle. Outside the transfers, Joel Myers Jr., Dominic Dobesh, Jack Wagner, and Carson McCarl. As J.J. Hickle hangs on to that last transfer position after a tough night with some mechanical gremlins, able to turn things around and put it in the show here at the Heartland of America Showdown. You know, to the green this time. Heat race number 3 is underway. Rico chose the top for the initial start there. That puts Axum to the bottom, and Rico's going to slingshot around the outside with the race lead. Rico pulls away big time down the back straightaway. Axum maybe feeling some heat here from Aaron Reitzel. Wright's going to try and work the middle through turns 3 and 4. Now he'll slide up to the cushion on the exit to turn number 4 in that 3rd position. Behind him, it's Hank Davis, who's gone from 6th to 4th so far on the opening lap in this one. Justin Peck back in the final transfer spot with Ayrton Jennington trying to track him down. Jennington sitting in 6th. Then it's Ian Madsen, then Clinton Boyles. Boyles got a tough start here in this one. Tyler started 5th, now runs back in the 8th position, which is 2 laps in.
Just looking at that, I didn't know where he started. I knew he started at the front there, but I missed what happened there on the start. I was watching Rico just to see what he was doing there.
My apologies. Boyles actually started 3rd on the field and now sits way back there in the 8th position as Rico is just leaving these guys in the dust so far in heat race number 3. Emerson Axum sitting in that 2nd position, but Abra is getting smaller and smaller out the front of that number 27 car. Aaron Reitzel sitting in 3rd, Hank Davis in 4th, and 5th still the 26 of Justin Peck. He has put some distance between himself and the new 6th place machine of Ian Madsen. He got by Ayrton Jennington the last time by. 3 laps to go for your race leader, Rico Abra, trying to punch his ticket into the dash and right the wrongs. As J.J. Hickle said in his interview there from last night, Rico had a tough one, was late to staging in the feature, ended up 9th. Not the run he was looking for, but trying to punch his ticket into the dash with a heat race victory. Down the back straightaway, Rico will come to the white flag this time by. There is Emerson Axum on your screen, doing everything he can to hustle that car around the track, but it is to no avail. Rico just too far gone. The white flag is up in the air for Rico as he closes in on Alex Vandervoort, the slower car up in front of him. Checkered flag set to be displayed this time by, and your winner of the 3rd heat race tonight is Rico Abra. 2nd will be Emerson Axum. 3rd to Aaron Reitzel. 4th, Hank Davis. And 5th will go to Justin Peck. A 4.4 second difference there from 1st to 2nd. That's pretty good in a heat race.
I think he's just trying to make a statement here. He wants to definitely rebound from last night, and they're definitely heading in that direction.
Abra with the win goes to the dash. Axum in 2nd. Reitzel will also go to the dash in 3rd. Hank Davis 4th, and Justin Peck in 5th. Ian Madsen, Ayrton Jennington, Clinton Boyles, and Alex Vandervoort. Those 4 cars will go to tonight's B main event. Hank.
How you don't, just with how good of a run both outside front row guys got here in the last 2 heat races.
We'll see if Brenham Crouch can maybe pick his pocket here off the inside. Green flag at the chalk stripe. We are underway. Crouch gets in the grip, gets a good start down the front straightaway, needs to slide in front of a car into turn 1. He'll drive it in deep up the racetrack, takes it away. Brenham Crouch to the lead. Austin McCarl back to the inside, but Crouch will chop the nose down the back and take the race lead into 3 and 4.
He gave him an option there, and Austin took it. So.
Oh boy, back behind. Sammy Swindell's been 3 wide.
Slide for the lead here too.
There is action all over the racetrack as McCarl.
Austin fed it right back to him there. there.
Takes the lead back away down the back straightaway. He'll run the middle, crouches on the cushion. He'll have a run off of turn number 4. The race for the lead not over yet. McCarl comes across the line, separated by 2 car lengths on Brenham Crouch. Sammy Swindell is now into the 3rd position. He started 3rd, lost a couple spots, took it back away with an aggressive maneuver to get by Chase Randall and Cy Lynch. Randall sits in 4th. Lynch is in the 5th spot as McCarl comes across the line, and he starts to widen out that gap between himself and Brenham Crouch. It's 1.1 seconds between the 88W and the number 5. Race for 3rd maybe starting to get a little bit interesting here as Chase Randall is trying to close in on Sammy Swindell. Remember, Randall does not need that spot, just needs to stay inside the top 5, and he will be a part of the dash after last night's 4th place finish. Sammy a little bit struggling on the entry to turn 1, it looked like right there.
Yeah, just can't quite keep it as straight as he wants to on the entry to there to 1, and lets Chase close in a little bit, but it's tough when you're that close with the air and stuff that Chase can't get too big of a run.
Chase Randall trying to close in on the 3-time World of Outlaws champion, Sammy Swindell. Cy Lynch still holding on to that final transfer spot with Riley Goodnow breathing down his neck. Goodnow just 4 car lengths behind Lynch entering that 3rd corner. Next time by will be the white flag for your race leader, Austin McCarl. He is enjoying a 2.0 second lead at the front of the field over the number 5 of Brenham Crouch. 1 lap to go for the big unit. A little bit of smoke coming out of that car as he entered turn number 1. We've seen some mechanical gremlins out of him the last couple of times here at Lakeside, and I was a little bit worried when we saw that smoke come out, but off of turn number 4, it looks like it's going to hold together, and he'll win the final heat race of the night. 2nd will be Brenham Crouch, and way behind, I'm talking way behind, here comes Sammy Swindell 3rd, 4th Chase Randall, and 5th goes to Cy Lynch. 5 seconds back between Crouch and Swindell, as Austin McCarl gets the win after a very entertaining duel between himself and the youngster out of Lubbock, Texas, Brenham Crouch. McCarl is going to the dash, Sammy Swindell 3rd, Chase Randall 4th, he will go to the dash, and Cy Lynch in 5th. Going to the B main, Riley Goodnow, Chris Martin, Samuel Wagner, and Jeremy Snow. Now they're having a tough day out there on the football field. Chase Randall to his outside trying to join Deason Persley, and Danny Sams is a winner with the series as a Rookie of the Year contender. Coming to the green, chalk stripe in turn number 4. The FK Ronins dash is underway. Brian Tibbs going to shoot out with the race lead into turn number 1. Chase Randall in 2nd goes to the top side of the Speedway. Around the outside comes Austin McCarl. He'll make his way by Rico Aber into the top 5 as Sweet goes side by side with Chase Randall in turns 3 and 4. Brad Sweet slowly around the bottom trying to find some grip, but Randall too good around the outside. He'll maintain the top position. Sweet goes back to the bottom in 1 and 2. Here comes Brent Marks with a huge head of steam down the back straight. They go side by side for 3rd. Barely sneaking around the outside was Brent Marks to take that spot away. Sweet staying committed to the inside. It's not going to work out for him as Marks has the spot across the start-finish line. Austin McCarl closing in as well. He sits in the 5th position as Sweet is trying to get that bottom worked in here, Tyler.
He's trying, but there he goes. He goes back to the top here. I was going to say, I think if he commits to it too long, he's going to lose more spots than he probably wants to.
Yeah, and Sweet had to get to the outside there as McCarl closes in. Now here's a run from Aaron Reitzel. Throws a slider at Austin McCarl. Takes that spot away. Now move Aaron Reitzel into the top 5. Austin McCarl crosses back to the inside. They go wing to wing into turn number 3. A slider of his own from Austin McCarl takes the spot back away. Reitzel gets crossy down the front straightaway. They are wing to wing once again into turn number 1. Reitzel a short slider right there on Austin McCarl. McCarl turns it down the hill. They still go side by side. Great battle going on for position. ultimate jackpot tonight. It's time to double down. It's time to raise the stakes. And it is time to go all in with Kubota High Limit Racing. And as you can see, missing man formation. As we lost Bobby Allen earlier this week, the Outlaws had a great tribute to him tonight at his home track at Lincoln Speedway, and High Limit Racing wants to do the same. Missing man formation for Scruffy, as we lost him on Sunday night at 81 years old, a 30-time Outlaw winner, an original Outlaw back in 1978. We miss him, and we're thinking about the Shark Racing crew, the Allen family, along with everybody else. Bobby will be sorely, sorely missed, and so we wanted to honor him here tonight with the missing man formation. Ryan Timms and Chase Randall from row 1. Brent Marks and Brad Sweet in row number 2. Aaron Reitzel and Austin McCarl in row 3. Rico Abreu and Landon Crawley in row 4. Tanner Thorson and Emerson Axum in the 5th row. Then it's Brady Bacon and Brenham Crouch in row 6. Giovanni Selzy and Sammy Swindell in row 7. Justin Sanders and Hank Davis in row number 8. Row 9, Danny Sams and Justin Peck. Row number 10, J.J. Hickle and Cy Lynch. Then Clinton Boyles, Ian Madsen, Carson McCarl, and Joel Myers Jr. Lakeside Speedway, we got them racked, we got them stacked, and we've got the grandstands packed. Let's go racing off at turn number 4. We are green. Features underway. Not a very good start there for Chase Randall. They're 3 wide for that 3rd spot. Around the bottom comes Brent Marks. He'll take the 2nd spot down the back straightaway. We saw them do a lot of work to the racetrack before the feature on the inside, and Brent Marks is trying to use that to his advantage as Ryan Timms leads lap number 1. Marks sits in 2nd, Chase Randall in 3rd. Here's a slider for the 4th position as Brad Sweet takes it away from Austin McCarl. Down the back straightaway, move Brad Sweet up to 4th, McCarl back to 5th, and Rico's right there as well as Tanner Thorson getting going around the bottom. Thorson peeks there, Ethan Abreu down the front straightaway.
He finds the bottom of every racetrack and makes it work damn near everywhere we go.
And Tanner Thorson looking for his best ever finish at Lakeside. They go 3 wide briefly there for that 5th position. Rico's got the spot as they roll into turn number 3. Aaron Reitzel back behind that trio of cars as he works to the outside of Tanner Thorson. Move Reitzel now back up into the 7th position across the start-finish line. Up front, it's all about Ryan Timms as here comes Brad Sweet. He pokes the nose under Chase Randall. Might see a slider for that spot at 3 and 4. Sweet up the racetrack, takes it away off at turn number 4. Brad Sweet now on the bottom step of the podium. That's where he finished in last night's feature. Wants to get 2 spots better. Has not won a high limit feature in 3 months. Can he end the drought here tonight at Lakeside? This time by Ryan Timms. 5 laps in and 5 to go, and he's already catching the back of the field, Tyler.
Yeah, it's he's going to catch him here in the next couple laps, and they're right where he's running, so he's got to move around a little bit, but as good as that car is, I think he's not going to have any issues.
Race for 5th is still going on, hot and heavy between Austin McCarl and Rico Abreu as McCarl gets back in front of the number 24 car in turn number 4. Move Austin McCarl back into the top 5, and now Rico falling into the clutches of Aaron Reitzel, his closest championship rival in the owner's point standings. Reitzel 6 car lengths behind as Ryan Timms now encounters the back of the field. Carson McCarl, J.J. Hickle, and Joel Myers Jr. all right ahead of your race leader as he comes off at turn number 2. Trying to get by that first lap car. He will do so entering turn number 3. Timms in the thick of lap traffic that last time by. Brent Marks back in that 2nd position. He is about at least 10, 15, 20 car lengths back behind as they come across the start-finish line. He certainly cut the gap down that time as Timms is in some dirty air trying to find a way by J.J. Hickle, and Marks is clearly closing the gap big time there, Tyler.
Yeah, now Ryan's got to move down to the bottom here and try that, and he hasn't done that yet, so he's in for a little treat here, but yeah, Marks is definitely closing on him.
Things are getting interesting here at the front of the field at Lakeside. Marks within 5 car lengths, and now Marks makes a mistake. That gives a run to Brad Sweet. Sweet might look to the inside in turn 3. Timms nearly hits the lap car in the 3rd corner. Sweet around the bottom, looking for the race lead off at turn number 4. Side by side, they are 3 wide almost for the race lead into turn number 1. Timms up the racetrack, can't get by Sammy Swindell. Sweet off the bottom, they go side by side for the race lead. Timms still maintains the top spot as Sammy Swindell and J.J. Hickler side by side. Sweet will go by 3 cars in 1 corner right there. What a move from Brad Sweet.
That's a determined Brad move right there. That was smart racing, and he just shows his knowledge of the racetrack here, knowing that he can go to the bottom like that.
Brad Sweet getting by 3 cars to take the race lead away. Timms now has to go on the offense. Cannot get by Swindell off of turn number 4. Chase Randall's into the 3rd spot, and now in the back pocket of Timms into turn number 1. Ryan Timms around the bottom. Here comes Chase Randall trying to circle around him. Can't make it happen. Now pokes his nose to the inside. They are door to door down the back straightaway for the 2nd position. Chase Randall, slider for 2nd. The Rookie of the Year contender takes it away from Ryan Timms. They still go side by side across the start-finish line. Chase Randall chops his nose into turn number 1. Brett Marks is there. Rico Abreu's there. Aaron Reitzel and Austin McCarl as well. It is a frenzy back there in the middle portion of the top 10. Chase Randall trying to close now on Brad Sweet. He's gotten by the slower car of Hickel, but still needs to close in on Sammy Swindell. And Brad Sweet has opened the advantage significantly. He gets by 2 more cars down the back straightaway. Brad Sweet by the 42 of Cy Lynch and the 24 of Danny Sams. You're looking at Rico Abreu. He enters in the top of the racetrack in turn number 3. Back behind him, it's Austin McCarl, and off the bottom comes Aaron Reitzel. Reitzel not going to make the pass there on McCarl. Reitzel knows he's got to stay right there with that 24 car to mitigate any type of points hit going into Lucas Oil Speedway next Wednesday night. Ryan Timms is going to make his way by Sammy Swindell, but he still has to get by Danny Sams. He wants to challenge that number 9 car of Chase Randall for the 2nd position. Brent Marks struggling to get by that 74 car of Swindell, and Rico closing in on Marks. Down the back straightaway race for the 4th position. Abreu with a short slider. He'll get by Marks in turn number 4. Rico up to 4th, and Reitzel's got the bottom rolling really nice right now, Tyler.
Yeah, like we saw Brad use it, you can definitely go down there and use it. You just got to kind of time it right with guys passing somebody else on the top.
Aaron Reitzel trying to keep up with Rico Abreu. He's made it by the 88W of Austin McCarl. Now to the inside of Brent Marks. Cannot make the pass there. They roll down the front straightaway. Just 12 laps to go for Brad Sweet, who has extended his advantage by over a straightaway on the number 9 of Chase Randall. Randall looking for his best finish of the High Level Racing campaign. His best before tonight, a 3rd back at Eldora during the 4 Crown Nationals. Ryan Timms sitting in the 3rd position. Then it's Rico Abreu in 4th. Brent Marks is in 5th. Aaron Reitzel 6th. Then Austin McCarl. Then it's Brenham Crouch, Emerson Axum, and Brady Bacon. Axum throws a slider on Bacon for that 9th position off of turn number 2. Axum protects into turn 3. He will have that spot solidified off of turn number 4. Brenham Crouch having another solid run here tonight. Was 5th yesterday, sitting in the 8th position and closing in on that trio of McCarl, Reitzel, and Marks down the backstretch. 9 laps to go for Brad Sweet. His lead still a strong one over Chase Randall. Are 3 lap cars between Randall and Sweet, and Timms is starting to close back in for that 2nd spot.
Yeah, it's tough to get around these lap cars, especially everybody's kind of around the top right now. It's hard to drive across and get a good run.
Ryan Timms trying to get by Randall into turn 1 as Randall got by the 19 of Clinton Boyles. Timms with a swing and a miss into turn number 2. That allows Chase Randall to pull back away, and Sweet is now in some thicker lap traffic. They are side by side in front of your race leader. J.J. Hickel, Hank Davis, Tanner Thorson all fighting for position. That is holding up the progress on the Napa Auto Parts number 49 car. Sweet makes his way by Thorson and Hickel in one fell swoop down the backstretch. Maintains the race lead. Car around in turn 4. Hank Davis goes around. Caution comes out.
Looks like he blew a left rear, maybe?
Looks like it.
Yep.
Caution comes out for Hank Davis. And it looks like there's some wing damage as well.
Yeah, that thing exploded.
Now the underbelly of the wing center has certainly taken on. Happen here tonight at Lakeside. The green flag comes back out. Sweet immediately plugs the right rear into the cushion in turn number 1. Chase Randall does the same. Rico tries a slider on Ryan Timms. That allows Aaron Reitzel a big run on the 24 down the back straightaway. Rico knows that was coming, goes to the inside. Nice move to protect on the 87 car. They both slip up to the cushion, but Reitzel once again has a run down the front straightaway, Tyler.
Yeah, I would imagine he's going to try and slide him here. Just not quite enough of a big enough run.
And that's going to lose a lot of ground there for Reitzel behind Abreu, losing 10 car lengths. Rolling back into turns 3 and 4. This time by Brad Sweet with 5 laps to go. Chase Randall trying to maintain the pace of the Napa Auto Parts number 49 car. Randall has been so hungry for a feature win with Kubota High Level Racing. The last time by, he was just under 1 second behind your race leader, and they may get to traffic by the end of this thing.
It's going to be close, but it's still going to be tough to try and catching Brad's one thing and then trying to pass him is another.
Randall losing time that last time by the start finish line, 0.2 of a second to be exact. They are now 1.1 seconds separate separated between the top two. Top of the racetrack is where you want to be at here in this feature event. That time by Randall and Sweet, very similar lap times as Randall makes a mistake that time in turn number 2. Allows the 10 of Ryan Timms to close in. Timms is going to throw a slider at Randall into turn number 3. They get close. Randall's into the wall. Chase Randall spins around. The caution comes out. Oh, and McCarl gets into him trying to avoid. Backs into the wall in the front straightaway. Chase Randall and Ryan Timms fighting for the second position. And was it one of those situations, Tyler, where you think that Randall's trying to drive around the outside of a slider, and sometimes that can get you in trouble?
Yeah, absolutely, and it's happened to all of us. It's just, yeah, I don't. It's just tough. I have to see the replay. Yeah, here we go.
See what happens here via the Comcam's replay.
Yeah, obviously Tim's got a great run down there, and he at that point he thought he was clear, but just lost the grip. And so when you lose a grip like that, the rear, it just slides off underneath you. And at this time, Randall's also already decided to commit to driving around it, and they just ran out of real estate there. And
man, McCarl,
and that.
Absolutely, they're coming back to the green this time. Brad Sweet, Ryan Timms, they are separated from Rico there on the start. Rico might have fallen asleep there. To go for Brad Sweet. Brad Sweet around the top in turns number 1 and 2 and down the back straightaway. It has been 3 months to the day, but he is now back in Highland Racing victory lane tonight at Lakeside Speedway. Ryan Timms second, Rico Abreu third, Aaron Reitzel fourth, and fifth goes to Brett Marks. So Brad Sweet is your winner. His last victory, July 11th at the Florence Speedway in Kentucky. And that has got to be a sigh of relief to finally put the Napa Auto Parts car back into victory lane. Ryan Timms, Rico Abreu, Aaron Reitzel, Brent Marks. Another great run for Brenham Crouch with a 6th place. Justin Sanders 7th, 8th, Emerson Axum 9th, Brady Bacon, and 10th to Landon Crawley. Giovanni Scelzi, Justin Peck, Tanner Thorson, Joel Myers Jr., Ian Madsen, Danny Sams, Clinton Boyles, J.J. Hickles, Cy Lynch, and Sammy Swindell. The top 20 in this one with Chase Randall, Austin McCarl, Hank Davis, and Carson McCarl rounding out the field in this one. Sweet needs to get up on top of the scales along with Abreu and Timms to make sure they meet that minimum weight requirement of 1,425 pounds with the driver in the car. Abreu up on top now. It looked like the tires were not in the right spot there. Now they got him on there, and he has cleared that weight. Here comes Brad Sweet. His fifth overall win of the year. He has one with the Outlaws as well to go along with now 4 high limit racing victories. He clears the scales and he's headed to Whiskey Myers victory lane. You can see the elation.